Skull Island. So, Kong Skull Island is a new movie in the new Monsterverse. It's the second film. The first was 2014's Godzilla. And basically it follows these people. Like, one guy wants to prove that monsters exist, and then he recruits a bunch of people, and they all go to this island. And once they get there, things are not as they seem, as it turns out monsters really do exist. And then crazy hijinks ensue. Alright, so let's talk about Kong Skull Island. Now, as many of you probably know, if you saw my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017 list, then you would know that Kong Skull Island was, I believe, my number 10. I'd have to check that, but I think it was my number 10. I was super excited for Kong Skull Island, especially since I loved 2014's Godzilla. That movie was number 9 on my best of 2014 list. And I also really enjoyed the 2005 Peter Jackson version of King Kong. And King Kong to me is just one of those characters that I really, really like. And did I like Kong Skull Island? Yes. Yes, I did. I gotta admit, I really liked Kong Skull Island. A lot of people that I know have been very mixed on this movie, and it surprised me. A lot of people even hate this movie. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I mean, yes, the movie does have its flaws, and I'll get to that in my Flossom section. But does the movie really deserve all the hate it's getting? I don't think so. First off, the acting. I thought the acting, for the most part, was very good, especially from Samuel L. Jackson, because he's always good in every one of his movies. And even Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson and, who else was in this? There were a lot of people in this movie. Toby Kebbell was in this movie. But the best character, for sure, John C. Reilly. This guy was funny. He had a lot of good one-liners, and he made some of the silliest remarks that made me laugh pretty hysterically, actually. But really, what we're here for watching this movie is Kong himself. Now, if you saw Godzilla probably had about 11 minutes of screen time in this movie. Kong here probably has about 25, maybe even up to 30 minutes of screen time. I don't know, that might be a little bit more than what it actually is, but it felt like around 25 minutes. He's in the movie quite a bit, actually. And when he's in this movie, wow, this movie just kicks it into high gear. There are 2 scenes in particular involving Kong where he's just throwing down with these monsters, with these helicopters, and all these other things. And it is so much fun to watch. It is seriously a joy. It had me in my seat going like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, the CGI in this movie, I thought overall the CGI was done very well, and overall I just thought this was a good setup to Godzilla vs. Kong in 2020. I mean, I know we have that Godzilla sequel coming out first, but I'm more than excited for Godzilla vs. Kong in 2020 now, and I just thought this was a really good setup for that. Now, it's not the best movie, but I certainly don't think it deserves all the hate that it's getting. I mean, come on, it's got some really good action scenes in it. And I thought the action overall was very well done from start to finish. Every action scene, I was stuffing popcorn in my face and just having a really good time. Alright, now, even though I loved Kong Skull Island as an action movie, as a character story, not quite as much. This movie has quite a few problems, and as a whole, I was actually kind of disappointed with how I felt about it overall, because most of the characters were not really all that developed. I mean, you had John C. Reilly's character. I thought he was the most developed of all of them. And Samuel L. Jackson's character, they tried to make some sort of backstory behind him. And even Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson, they tried to do this whole little relationship between them and also Brie Larson and Kong. But, I mean, it didn't really work out to the fullest, I didn't think. And the rest of the characters were just forgettable. I mean, Toby Kebbell, he was pretty much wasted in this movie. John Goodman, wasn't really a fan of him in this movie. And the story itself, while it's a good setup, I feel like that's all it really is a setup, which doesn't really equate to a good Kong movie. Now, as I said before, when Kong is on screen, he's a lot of fun to watch. When he's not on screen, the movie does drag a few times. I mean, it's not all bad. The pacing's not all bad, but it can get a little bit slow and tedious at times. Also, one more thing I forgot to mention, the humor. The humor is hit or miss for the most part, I think. I mean, with John C. Reilly's character, it hits quite a few times. With everyone else, though, I think it kind of falls flat. And that's really my biggest problem with the movie is, like, I like good humor in movies, especially action movies like this. This movie didn't really have a lot of it. So overall, guys, while Kong Skull Island overall I thought was a lot of fun, it does have a lot of disappointing aspects as well. Now, the movie's not all bad. I don't think it deserves all the hate it's getting, but since it was so high on my most anticipated list, it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be overall. But overall, I did have a very good time with Kong Skull Island. I definitely think it's a very enjoyable movie. I would recommend going to see this in the theater. I think it's a lot of fun. Definitely buy popcorn and just have a good time with it. That's really the best thing I can say about it. Just go see it. Go have a good time with it. It's a lot of fun. I think overall it's really worth it. So, with all that being said, I am going to give Kong Skull Island a 71% fresh rating. I can't quite go certified with this one, and that disappoints me, but 71% is still a good rating. It's a solid B. Alright, so there's my review of Kong Skull Island. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite monster movie? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. Or what did you think of 2014's Godzilla? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you really flat out love it? Again, let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. And once again, until next time, my name is the California Cougar, and always remember to stay California cool. Peace.